Stacey Abrams, I wanted to come back to her. So after she lost that governor's race, a lot of people thought she should run for president. She decided not to, and everybody was kind of curious about that. And because she was not promoting her own career, and people were like, oh, you're nuts. I mean, you got to get in there, even if you lose, you get a lot of name recognition, and that, and that winds up helping your career a lot. Go help your career. And she didn't do it. And she stayed home and started a project to make sure that everyone is registered and stays registered. And it arguably made all the difference for Joe Biden winning the election, let alone these 2 Senate seats in Georgia. And so she might have single-handedly, well, that's way too strong. No one ever does it single-handedly, but she might have been the most important factor in the Democrats winning these races. And that's exactly what a hero does.
Organizing matters. It matters.
100%.
Yeah. And can I just say one more detail about that? See, what Stacey Abrams is doing, this is why you guys should listen to black folks. I just got to be quite candid, because Stacey Abrams is replicating the model that we have in the black community all the time. If we miss an opportunity, or if we get an opportunity, we put somebody else on. And we do that oftentimes before we do it for ourselves. And I remember how many people were upset with Stacey Abrams for not even running in the Senate race. But I think she had some wisdom that traces back to our ancestors, where she understood that if she places herself in position to promote other people, she can do far more for this democracy than just elevating herself. And that is part of our tradition.
Yeah, I actually want to build off of that in terms of how people organize these races. So first of all, PCCC raised $700,000 for this Georgia Senate candidate. So they did a great job of raising a lot of money in that approach. And I want to give you a quote from Adam Green. He said, in Georgia, Democrats united around the progressive theory of the case for winning, deep base engagement and bold ideas for government helping people's lives. And really, and I'm glad that Adam brought that up. So there was a big push for clean energy jobs. The Democrats were talking about on the campaign trail. But to me, the obvious one was the $2,000 checks. So the Democratic Party, for the first time in my life, did something obvious, and that was helpful. Like usually they're like, oh, if we give people $2,000 checks, they might vote for us, and it might really help them. It might be good politics and policy. Nah, but we shouldn't do that. The Democrats didn't, the Republican Party didn't approve. We want to be bipartisan. No, let's not point that out, right? In this case, Ossoff and Warnock were like, nope, yeah. If you vote for us, because it's the right thing to do, we're gonna get you $2,000 checks. And so, by the way, if they win, they better get them $2,000 checks. Otherwise, there's gonna be hell to pay, right? At that point, nobody cares. If the Democrats win these 2 seats, and they get the Senate, and they have every branch, and then they start equivocating on the $2,000, ain't no force on earth can contain the rage of people, and rightfully so. And so that's a big deal. It's normal politics. That's why I get so frustrated with the Democrats that they don't say, hey, you know what? And that's why one of the Rebellion PAC ads was about the $15 minimum wage. Minimum wage in Georgia is $5.05. It's insane. It gets preempted by the federal minimum wage of $7.25. If the 2 Democrats win, for everybody making minimum wage in Georgia, which is tons of people, your wage is gonna double. Guys, do you know this is an amazing fact? And so we'll talk a lot about this on the Young Turks going forward. In either hypothetical, whether the Republicans or the Democrats hold the Senate. If the $15 minimum wage passes, we raise wages across the country by $92 billion.
Jeez.
So that's $92 billion transfer from the largest, most profitable multinational corporations in the world to the American workers. And so everyone on cable news is outraged by it. Everyone that's already wealthy and powerful, and corporate Democrats and corporate Republicans are all against it, because they're like, oh, that seems like, I mean, the rich are supposed to rob from the poor, not the other way around. This seems like class warfare, right? And so this is not about robbery. This is about people who literally work for a living. That's why they're getting the minimum wage, right? And $7.25 is insane. It's only $15,000 a year. You can't live on $15. That's $31,000 a year. But that's what's at stake in these elections. As usual, they did not do, other than Rebellion PAC, I don't think they did a good job at all about talking about $15 minimum wage. But at least they did a very good job on $2,000 checks. And PCCC is right. There was tons of base engagement here. And we emphasize progressive policies because we all know that the Democratic leadership did not want to do $2,000 checks. It was progressives that pushed them in that direction. And then amazingly, ridiculously, Trump who pushed them in that direction. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.